Imagine a world where we can predict diseases before they happen, target proteins like precision-guided missiles to destroy cancer cells, and engineer custom treatments just for you. Welcome to 2025. The year proteomics is set to revolutionize medicine. Today, we are not just decoding DNA, we have moved into decoding proteins, the real workhorses of life itself. So how does proteomics fit into this groundbreaking future of targeted therapies? Let's dive in and unlock the secrets of protein universe together. What is proteomics? And why now? In biology, we often talk about the genome, the blueprint of life, but let me tell you a secret. Proteins are where the real action happens. Think of DNA as the instructions and protein as the tools that build and operate everything in your body, immune system to your brain. Proteomics, the study of proteins on a massive scale, has exploded over the last decade thanks to advancement in technologies like mass spectrometry, AI-driven algorithms, and bioinformatics pipeline. And now in 2025, it's the next big thing for targeted therapies. No longer are we just guessing at what molecules might work against a disease. Using proteomics, we can identify the exact protein responsible for a condition and develop drugs tailored to act against it precisely. That means fewer side effects, better treatment, and a step closer to curing some of the world's deadliest diseases. So how does proteomics actually work in 2025? Let me walk you through the modern proteomics pipeline, the one scientists are using to decode the language of proteins right now. Step 1 is protein extraction. First, proteins are extracted from biological samples like blood, tissue, or even single cells. This step is critical because the goal is to capture the entire variety of protein, the proteome, as accurately as possible. Next, protein separation. We separate the proteins using techniques like chromatography or gel electrophoresis because proteins can vary dramatically in size and properties. We need to classify them into groups before further analysis. Step 3, mass spectrometry. Here is where things get interesting. We use cutting-edge mass spectrometry tools which are now more accurate and faster than ever. These machines break the proteins down into peptides, measure their mass, and help identify them down to the atomic level. Step 4, data analysis and bioinformatics. So, once we have all this data, well, this is where you, a bioinformatician, truly shine. Using software tools like MaxQuant, Mascot, or Perseus, researchers analyze millions of data points to identify protein structures, interactions, and function. And here is the kicker. You can even map these protein activities back to specific diseases, creating therapeutic roadmaps. Next, so proteomics is cool. But how exactly does it help us develop targeted therapies? Well, the magic lies in understanding disease mechanisms at their core. Every disease, from cancer to Alzheimer's, has something in common: rogue proteins. Either these proteins are misfolded, overexpressed, or underperforming. Proteomics helps us pinpoint these problematic proteins. Once we know which protein is the culprit, we can design drugs to target it specifically, rather than using a blunt instrument approach that affects healthy parts of the body. Think of therapies like antibody-drug conjugates targeting HER2 positive breast cancer. It's a perfect example of proteomics in action. And now, with tools like AlphaFold, we are even able to predict protein structures that were once unsolvable. In fact, DeepMind's AlphaFold database currently provides the structure of almost every known human protein. This is manna for drug discovery teams because it speeds up the process of finding druggable sites on proteins. Let's explore how proteomics is already changing lives in 2025. Cancer therapies. In cancer treatment, proteomics is being used to find precise protein biomarkers like PD-L1 or HER2 and to develop immunotherapies targeting them. This allows oncologists to treat different patients with personalized drugs tailored to their tumor profiles. Neurodegenerative diseases. In diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's, proteomics uncovers misfolded proteins like beta-amyloid plaques or alpha-synuclein aggregates, giving scientists new strategies to clear these from brain cells. Infectious diseases. For infectious diseases, viral or bacterial proteins can be identified, paving the way for vaccines or antivirals. Think of the incredible success of proteomics in COVID-19 vaccine development. Autoimmune disorder. In autoimmune diseases like lupus, proteomics identifies which proteins are triggering immune responses, enabling design of treatment that suppresses overactive pathways without shutting down the immune system entirely. Of course, no field is without challenges. Proteomics still faces hurdles like data complexity, the need for cost-effective mass spectrometry, and interpreting vast amounts of protein interaction information. But with AI integration and collaborative platforms, the field is advancing at a breathtaking pace.